Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Avatar The Last Airbender Season 1, Episode 16. Just like that. I just watched the episode 15 this morning. If you want to see my reaction video about that, I'm gonna put the link into You know how it's working. I'm putting a lot of links into the eye, so you guys, if you can be interested to see other reactions that I made, and also, you know, have access to the playlist for these shows that I'm reacting to, you can find that into the eye. I didn't say it during the introduction of the last episode. Of course, I'm still doing my Patreon. Of course, on my Patreon you still have episodes at least 1 week sooner. For Avatar, I think that it's more than that now. I don't know. Go check the schedule that I post every Monday on Twitter, on YouTube and on Patreon, and I'm putting each time on Patreon also the extended reaction part or even the full reaction part. It was the case for the episode 12, and when I'm saying extended, it's 4 or 5 minutes more for Avatar. I think it's what I wanted you to see after the first editing of the episode. Okay, I'm excited. Can you see that? Really? It's sunny, I'm in a good mood, I'm in a good health. I was really not in a good state, you know, during more than 1 week, so I'm so glad to be back in that kind of mood, you know, to be like I'm always, you know, to have that kind of mood, and also to be there for Avatar. Because that's it, I love this show, that's it, I love these characters, that's it, I care for them, I love them, I'm proud of them, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. If something bad is happening to one of them, I'm not okay with that. Like during the last episode, I discovered that Appa can be involved into fights and Appa can be hurt. No. Really? No. I was already worried for the characters, you know, like for Sokka, Katara, Aang and Zuko. And now I have to be afraid also for Appa and Momo. And I didn't even mention the uncle because, just to be clear, nothing wrong is gonna happen to the uncle. Okay, he's a character. Okay. No. I was gonna say he can be hurt or something bad can happen to him. No. Okay, nothing wrong is gonna happen to all of them. I would not... I was gonna say be okay with that. I would not under that right at all. Is it because of the fact that it's an animation, you know? It's not a show, so I'm like, no, they're not gonna kill anyone because this is supposed, you know, to be for kids? No. It's not because of that, because we saw with the first episodes of this animation that they can really do deep bad stuff. Like episode 3, I think we had a genocide. So clearly these writers are not afraid of making deep and bad stuff. Like maybe at some point killing someone important. We're not there, okay? We're not there. You told me that. You told me that this first season was for setting the mood, setting the characters, you know, present me these characters, present me this universe, these rules, these powers, these bands and all. Okay, I don't want to be worried about anything along this season 1. I will begin to be worried for season 2 and season 3. The last episode was great because we had memories with Sokka, and you know how much I love Sokka. And sometimes I'm frustrated because he's the funny character into the show and I don't want them to use him only for being the funny character. I want them to explore him. So I'm glad when they're taking the time to do it, and right there we had some memories and we can see that he is really frustrated about the fact that he couldn't join his father who left, you know, to fight the Fire Nation. We know also that his father is still alive and is still fighting the Fire Nation. That was great also to learn that during the last episode. We have a new character, this girl, June. I don't know if we're gonna keep her or not. I had the impression that the writers presented her differently than when they presented a character that we had only for one episode. They took the time to present us how she's acting, you know, how she's reacting, her character, you know, what she's made of. So I'm like, maybe they're gonna keep her. We'll see. We had all of these discussions, you know, all of this theme of family being explored, and that was great. They are making a family now, Aang, Katara and Sokka, and Aang also needed this episode to understand that. We have the necklace back, that's great. That's not going to be something that Zuko can use against us anymore. We had also a little reminder about the Water Tribe, you know, their culture and all. That was interesting. That was great to remind the viewers of that, because after spending all of these episodes with Earth people and fire soldiers, it was great to see again some water things, you know, that was great. We can't see air people, but water people. That's great to remind the viewers that they exist. They're right there. And we are searching for them since the beginning of this season. We want to go to the other pole. I know. I had this discussion with a lot of you on the comments. I know that during the first episodes I was a little, you know, like, guys, you are taking a lot of time to go to the other pole, really. If we are taking all of these breaks, we're not gonna make it right on time and all. And after that, I thought about it, you know, the fact that they have to travel all around the world. Okay, I've got it. But you told me also that my impression about one episode being 1 week was not right, in fact. You know, it's really time that we are seeing on screen, it's the time that they are taking to do that. And we don't have a lot of time jumps between episodes, and when we have time jump, it's just 1 or 2 days, it's not weeks. Me, I was not thinking like that, and you told me to think more like that, like really, the time that we are seeing on screen, it's the time that they are spending to do stuff. I understand that, and I understand that they are taking all of this time, all of these episodes to join the other part. It did change the fact that I can't believe that they can do all of what they need to do before the comet coming used by the Fire Lord. No, I'm sorry, but I still have trouble to think that we're gonna take all of this time to join the other part. It's gonna take time to learn water bending. After that, we're gonna take time to go to see earthbenders. They're gonna take time to learn Aang to use earthbending. After that, we need to go to the Fire Nation. We need to find fire people, firebenders, who are gonna learn us how to use firebending. I still have a little hope for Aang and the group, you know, to be able to do that in such a short time. Since the last time, since the episode 8, when they learned about the comet, it's episode 16 that I'm gonna watch right there, we had more than 1 week. Come on, give me that. I think that we had even more than 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have some trouble to believe. For me, for learning how to deal really with waterbending, firebending and earthbending, it needs to take at least 1 month, you know, 1 entire month. To manage, to learn everything about it. We know that he's a fast learner, but come on. And he needs to search for the right teacher. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna stop talking right now and let's go for this episode 16. Ooh, my hair always a mess. I have one, I don't know where, this one. See? That one, it can't stay where I want it to stay. Really? I can have television with that thing, you know. Oh, I need to shut up. I'm tired of myself. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep that during this eating.
This would be a great place for me to study some real firebenders.
You might want to rethink that. Look at this.
I think we better keep moving. I have to learn firebending at some point.
I just talked about it.
To watch the masters up close.
Can we talk about the other person? Oh, the blue mask. It's Zuko and you. Maybe we're gonna meet him during this episode. That's a fire city? No. Oh, poor Sokka.
No one can surprise the Fire Lord.
I was gonna say propaganda, but not really. It's story for kids.
Knowing the Fire Nation?
Same. I know.
Thank you.
I do your tattoo. I'm afraid of her using.
It's too strong. I can't hold it.
We gotta help her.
No. It's part of the act, I think. Don't react. They didn't understand that you just used air something?
I think it's time to go. Follow me. I can get you out of here.
I'm calling Alpha. Alpha, down here.
You're the best.
Living legend, John the deserter, but he couldn't take the madness anymore. He's the first person ever to leave the army and live. I'm the second, but you don't get to be a legend for that.
Maybe we can meet him.
He can train me.
Now, normally, water, else, fire. I understood that right.
It can't hurt just to talk to him.
That's what you said about going to the festival. Why hasn't anyone ever listened to me?
Which way did they go? They headed into the forest. Up the river.
Admiral, Jao, now? Can't remember.
He won't see you. He's very angry that I brought you here. He wants you to leave immediately. Says you're not ready. Says you haven't mastered waterbending and earthbending yet.
Wait.
I said that also, but you can see him.
Get out. Only a fool seeks his own destruction.
I'm the Avatar.
Destruction?
It's my destiny.
Destiny? If a fish lives its whole life in this river, does he know the river's destiny?
You're that.
No.
Okay.
He cannot imagine the ocean.
Okay.
Discipline himself. But you have no interest in this, so I have no interest in you. Now, get out.
This could be my
Look at
only
him.
chance.
He's such a kid. His face.
You refuse to listen. Water is cool and soothing. Earth is steady and stable. Fire will spread and destroy everything in its path. If one does not have the will to control it.
Ah, that's why you
You
need.
are not ready. You are too weak.
Be nice with him. You can say all of that in a nicer way.
Avatar Roku. No, I did not mean that. You will teach the Avatar. Follow me.
I was beginning to believe in what the guy said, you know. He needed to control water and
Concentrate.
earth before, you know, because they are stable. After that, you can learn fire and control it really.
Concentrate on what he's doing. Feel the heat of the sun. It is
We
the
trust
process
Roku,
of
so if Roku said so, why not?
Power in firebending comes from the breath. That is why you must master proper breath.
Iroh said so.
Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth without thought.
That's yoga. You know, I'm doing some yoga, so.
I did not tell you to stop.
I've been breathing for hours.
You want to stop breathing?
For life.
I know how to shoot fire on my fingertips.
You're impatient. You don't know how to control yourself.
No interest in learning discipline.
The Fire Lord or Zuko?
Nature is to consume, and without
Zhao?
learn restraint or risk destroying yourself and everything you love.
Is great. His face is really well done.
I want you to keep this flame from reaching the edges of the leaf for as long as you can.
I get it. I need fire. You should take it slow.
And that's not what he told you to do?
Now that's firebending. Wonder how that juggler did it. Katara!
He said it, you can hurt people that you love.
It was an accident. I was Katara. I'm so.
I told you shouldn't mess around with this.
Bon, Katara.
You burned my sister.
Sokka.
This is all your fault.
I know. Now pack your things.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Wow! 2 episodes that I'm this close to cry, you know that? Katara, are you... It's eating you? Oh, that's it, I have tears. Oh, fuck, if I'm beginning to cry watching Avatar, oh, I'm done. You know what it means with me.
Water brings healing and life.
It brought also hope and security to the first man.
Master John John.
You're gonna fight your mentor, really?
John tried to tell me that I wasn't ready. I wouldn't listen. I'm never gonna firebend again. I
Of
have
course
to
you're gonna.
eventually. I'm healed. What? How? I'll explain later. Zhao and his soldiers are attacked by
Don't go.
They captured John. I have to help him.
I want that, but I'm not sure that you can.
You were once so great.
He's still great.
Do not try to fight him. You are no match. I think I can handle a child.
You think you won't.
All power. Man, take the deserter. It's a trick. He's run off into the woods.
You can do that? Airbending, you're still using.
Control.
Oh, I just thought, you know, of Zuko.
I thought you were just getting warmed up.
The fact that he doesn't have a lot of control on himself. Is it coming from his firebending? His past also and his personality.
I'm Admiral Zhao.
He's firing
Very sloppy.
his own ship right now, without thinking about it.
We've lost this battle.
You haven't thrown a single blow.
No, but you have.
The 3 ships.
John said he has no restraint. Where's John?
He disappeared.
It's safe, I'm sure of it. That's so great, you can heal people.
Well, and thanks for all the first aid over the years.
Mwah.
Well, at that time I had 2 fish hooks in my thumb.
2? You tried to get
Why?
the first fish hook out with another fish.
Okay, can you believe this? I just told you during the intro about the time situation, you know, I wanted to tell you that I learned my lesson about the time situation, that, okay, they were not taking as many days than what I thought, you know, with the episodes, the fact that for me 1 episode was 1 week, and in fact you told me in the comments that it was 1 episode, 1 day or 2 days. The time that is happening on screen, it's the time that they are taking to do it, and we don't have any time jump between episodes. And I said that even if now I understand that, I'm still not sure that they're gonna be able to do everything before the comet will come, because of the fact that we have to go to the other pole to learn waterbending, then to go to search for great earthbenders to learn earthbending, then to go to search for a firebender who is not with the Fire Lord and to learn firebending. I said that, you were there, I said that during the intro, and the episode was about that. I mean, about the last part, about firebending, about that man who can be the fire teacher, the firebender who is gonna teach us that, because he's not with the Fire Lord, he's okay to do it when Aang is gonna be ready. Right there he tried to teach Aang stuff, but Aang was not ready, clearly, because of the fact that he didn't do what this person, Zhang, told him to do, to stay there, to just take the leaf. No, he used fire bending. He hurt Katara. That was really sad, that moment. Katara was hurt, Sokka was blaming Aang, Aang was feeling guilty about it. Ooh, again, I had some tears coming. You didn't see them, but me, I felt them. And it was the case also with the last episode. If I'm beginning to have tears for Avatar, I said I'm done during the episode. It's not the good word for that. It's much that I'm screwed. You know, if you're watching other reaction videos that I'm making for other shows, you know that I'm an emotional person. I don't have little emotions. When I'm sad, I'm really sad. When I'm happy, I'm really happy. Stuff like that. And that when I love characters and when I'm sad for them, I can cry just like that. Because I love these characters so much. I'm beginning to have tears for these ones. It's the beginning of the end. So that guy can help us after everything. After Aang learning waterbending and earthbending. That was really interesting, the fact that the guy was repeating that again and again, and the reasons that he gave to Aang. The fact that with water and earth bendings, you are learning bendings, the ones which are the most stable, the ones that you can, you know, deal with, and to learn how to deal with these stable bendings, it's helping you to deal with firebending, which is not stable, which is really hard to control. That was really interesting, you know. Now I understand why he has to learn these bendings into that order. I understand that better now. And it gave me stuff to think about, you know, for Zuko, who is a firebender and who is still learning how to be a good firebender. We can see that the uncle is still teaching him stuff, and each time, in each lesson, he's telling to his nephew, you need to calm down, you need to calm your heart. And maybe that's why Zuko has still stuff to learn, because he doesn't know how to control his firebending and also himself. And maybe it's connected, you know, because he's a firebender, he has issues to control himself. Okay, also maybe because of his past, because of all of what he's fighting with inside of himself, making his father proud, even if his father did all of that wrong to him and all. I think that he's conflicted about all of that, but I think that because of that, because he's conflicted about a lot of personal things, he has trouble to control his firebending. Do you understand what I mean? I think that it's connected. It gave me stuff to think about. I need to take more time right now. What I can give to you when I'm thinking about it for some seconds, minutes, I'm thinking like that, but I think that I need to think about it more. We saw a fire city. I was waiting, you know that, I was waiting for days to see a fire city. We saw fire soldiers and all, but not really a fire city. And we had also fire people, but there were... It was during a festival, you know, they were into a party, but we can see that children that are learning to respect the Fire Lord, you know, to applause, to cheer, you know, for the Fire Lord. With this puppies situation, we understood that. But after that also, when they were trying to escape, we saw that some people were, you know, denunciating them. I still think that in the Fire Nation we can have allies. Not all of the people are okay with the situation. I'm really seeing the Fire Nation as a dictator. So I can't imagine that everyone is okay with the situation, is accepting that. And I really think that these people, they want to be free also. To have a good leader who is gonna respect them and who is not gonna force to think into that or that way to do stuff, you know, stuff like that, to be in a war with all of the other nations. I'm glad that we saw that Fire City, but what we saw of the fire people during that episode, I'm not so glad. I want to see more to confirm or not this theory, you know, this impression that I have about the Fire Nation being a dictator and people, fire people also being hurt by that, also being forced to do stuff and being forced to accept the situation. Do you understand what I mean? I still need that. Zhao, that was great to meet your master, because now we know one of your weaknesses. You don't know how to control yourself. You're weaker than Zuko, in fact, because Zuko is still learning and he wants to learn how to control himself. You gave up on that. Your master said so. Katara, she learned one more thing, you know, about her water bending. She can cure people, she can heal people. That's so great. I didn't know that it was gonna be one of her powers. That's great. I had this discussion with some of you on the comments when you asked me to choose between water, fire, earth and airbendings. I don't know. I really don't know. I can see in each of them something to like, you know, something that I would be okay, I would be glad to manage, you know. I'm thinking of the powers for the cultures and for how they are thinking, how they are doing stuff. It's the same, I have trouble to know. We saw a lot of Earth people, a lot of Earth villages, you know, and a lot of their cultures. We saw a little of water tribes, even if we are spending all of our time with Sokka and Katara, so maybe I need to stop thinking that. Air people, we saw really a little of it, but it's normal. Aang is the last airbender. And fire people, we saw the fire soldiers, and now we saw a fire city. It's still too early. I'm still not gonna be like, okay, I'm on that team. I can't know it yet. I need to see more. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Tell me for you, from what tribe, nation, people, territory you're coming from into that universe. And also, what do you think for me? In which group you would put me? I think that one of you told me that I made him think about air people. I really saw a little of it. We saw their city and some of the monks, but that's all. That's not enough for me. To decide, I mean. So tell me, you, where you are putting yourself, and for me, if you are thinking about a tribe or a territory for me, I'm interested by that. Sometimes, you know, people are better to describe you than yourself. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now and I'm gonna watch, I think, one more episode, maybe not two, but at least one more episode. So it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.